Alrighty, here we are. Now, I'm in my T110-E5. Just had this match. Let's get the clock going here a little bit quicker so we can get into the match. I just had this match a little bit ago. I'm going to zing up here, kind of fast forward it because I know when I start running into some tanks. Alright, here's my T110-E5 Tier 10. The overpowered behemoth that no one can kill. It's OP broken. Okay, now I'm just this video I'm trying to show that, the gun is alright. It's, it's not a Jagdpanzer 100 gun. I don't do 1,000, 1,400, whatever damage per hit. Now this waffle, I mean, I shoot him with a standard AP, shoot for the weak spot, hit him 420, and then I load a HE shot, not a heat, but an HE shell. And I hit him. I shoot at something else here, I think, with the AP round. Then I get loaded up with the HE, and I shoot the waffle again with an HE shell, and it does like 500 and some damage. But the gun on this is definitely not overpowered. Standard round, 258 pen. Heat round, the heat round is, I guess it'd help if I looked at it and I had it up, 340. There, see, I'm loading a HE round because I see that waffle still right about there. And I know you hit him with an HE round, you're going to do module damage and a lot more damage when you hit him in that upper, whatever you want to call it, because it's no armor. 506. I just hit him a second time for 506 with an HE shot. And that's the thing is, when you see a weakly armored French vehicle or any vehicle now that there's more than just French that are weak, low HE. But here's the tank. I'm shooting at a Moss. There's a couple things you'll see. And my point is, I've proven that the armor's not overpowered. Now I'm going to prove to you that I've got to actually shoot heat to penetrate some of the targets because my AP rounds are just bouncing off them. I mean, yeah, E100 is one of the most heavily armored tanks in the game, but some of the shots I'm getting them, on is this lower plate. That one I think hit him in the upper plate. But the Moss up there, I'm aiming it on this cheek right there. And it looked like it might have flown a little bit low and to the left. Oh, here's that overpowered armor. Let me pause it real quick. Well, it got me in the bush there. I want to see where he penned me. He actually, well, good. It was a good shot on his part. Good thinking. He went trying to even shoot the front, and I thought I was. Well, at that time I didn't know where he was, but come to find out he was like over in that area. There's that building over there. Anyways, that's where the PZ4 was, and he shot me, hit me in the rear. You can see that red streak. I've got that mod that shows when you've been hit. Red is penetration, green is none pen, and then also on the left side of my screen, when they shoot you with a gold round, it'll actually be yellow, and it doesn't have a dollar sign by it. One of my had a dollar sign by it, but I think it's yellow, or it'll say like APCR, and if you know your tanks, what is APCR, gold round, consider gold rounds, or it'll say heat, and it'll be yellow in color or gold in color. But anyways, so bounced another round. The gun on this is just it's a good gun, don't get me wrong, it's not a pile of crap, but I mean, in order to penetrate the 100, I had to start loading the premium rounds because standard rounds were just bouncing off it. Even some of the premium rounds were bouncing. I try and switch back to standard rounds if there's something that I know I can pen with standard. But Moss is up on the hill. I bounced on him. E100's right there. I've been bouncing on him, so I switched back over. I switched over to gold rounds, premium rounds. Call them gold. I meant premium rounds. And then that shot too, if I remember right, yeah, I was getting them in the back. So I probably would have panned them. So he hit him with a heat round, and it's hard to tell if his turret. Oh, this is a lucky shot. Watch this. Got the roof up there, and I actually barely just missed the roof, and I actually hit that Leopard 1. But here's the Moss, and I loaded back into standard rounds again. I would prefer to shoot standard rounds in a match because you make money. I mean, if it comes down to it, and it's me versus three, four, 5 guys, and I've got to make every one of those shots count, or I'm trying to do a mission and I want every one of those shots to count for damage, I will shoot straight gold. If anybody says, "Oh no, I won't," they're full of crap. I have talked to people, and you'll see that PZ light up over there in a little bit. But I have talked to people, and they absolutely refuse to shoot gold rounds. Just hit them in the side of the turret. Was that with a gold round or a standard round? I'm gonna rewind it just real quick. All my damage is gonna disappear. It's like the match just started. Shows the round that hit me, but doesn't show any damage that I did there. But okay, so I got a standard round. I'm getting ready to load a premium in case this one doesn't pen, which right in the side of the turret, and the standard round bounced. So don't tell me that the gun on this is overpowered. It's a good gun. Nothing special. I mean, this is nothing special at all. I mean, it doesn't have. God, what's on the? So I'm either sounding real stupid talking to myself. Okay, so sorry about that. I got out of that match and didn't even think about it, and stopped recording as I'm talking to myself. So getting back in the game, but I just want to real quick look at a couple other guns on a couple other of the tanks, and show you the penetration difference on this overpowered, broken T110-E5. I've already shown you that I can pen the front of it with a tier 5. I've already shown you that the gun's not this super magical gun that penetrates everything. You see a lot of people shooting pretty much straight gold out of it. I try and shoot as much standard as I can. On that match that we won, I actually lost 6,000 credits, but I also shot. I shot several gold rounds. I want to say 7, 6, maybe. It's more like around 6 at that E100. And a couple of those even bounced. Hit the moss and the side of the turret with a standard round bounced. So, the gun, like I said, it's a good gun, but it's nothing to, write home about. Gets the job done. You still have to really aim your shots in, but okay, we will stick with just heavy tanks because I'm not going to put a Yagi 100 up there. It's got like almost 300 pen or whatever on a standard round. So we got our heavy tanks. Definitely not looking at the E100. IS7. I think the pen is a little less on the IS7 than. Yeah, it's 250. So remember, on the E5, it's 258, 250, 258, 248. I forgot. 258. Okay, so 258. IS4. I love the IS4. Love it to death. 258, same pen. It's the same gun that goes on the T10 also. Type 5 heavy. That gets 2 AP rounds for your standard round, your premium. So 249 standard, 282 premium. The 113, I know the standard pen is lower actually. I think at 249. Moss, I want to say that's 250 something. I don't know, 246. This is going to be, I think the 57 heavy has the best pen out of the bunch. 258, no, it's the same. It's the 15B. 215B has got the best pen out of them. By 1 point, 259. I'll keep my mouth shut. I'm sounding pretty stupid. 257, and well, this has got the same gun as E100. So 258 standard. You can make that definitely work for you. But now if you switch over to, we'll keep it tier 10, and we'll go to a tank destroyer. Oh, wow, yeah. Well, yeah, everybody knows this thing. It's like almost 300 for the standard round penetration. Yeah, 299 standard round. And by the way, yes, I do own every tier 10. N9, N8, N7, N6. When I hit tier 4 and lower, that's when it gets kind of hit and miss. I don't own a lot of smaller tanks. I'm trying to get all the tanks in the game. But anyway, so T110-E3, I know that's way up there. It's like 270 something standard round, I think. 295. E4 and E3 have the same gun. I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah, 295. Not even going to look at the. Well, it gets a standard round, so we'll look at this. It's like 3 something, 310. Yep, 310 for the 183. 268's got a really good 155. Or is it 150? 152. 303 standard round pen. Here's the Waffle 100. This has got actually really good 276. I think that's probably the lowest of the bunch for standard round penetration. Foch is 293, and I got to tell you, I I almost cry myself to death that when I see people shooting gold rounds out of these tank destroyers. I mean, if they like throwing money out the window, sure, go ahead. 300 penetration. If you can't penetrate something with 300, 300 or higher with a standard round, man, I don't know what to tell you. You definitely might want to uninstall World of Tanks, stick to My Little Ponies Parade or whatever game my daughter has. Um, if you can't pen the front or side or rear of a tank with 300 penetration, I don't know what to tell you. Learn how to play, maybe. Um, yeah, you get a year RNG every once in a while. That I mean, I have hit um, RU-251. I've hit when they had the T50-2, the LTTB. I was in my Yagzilla. Um, Standard round, I hit the butt, the rear of an LTTB with 299 pen and bounced. That guy even sent me a real quick text during the match and said, "I am lucky." And I'm said, "Yes, you are. You might want to go play the lottery." I mean, I don't. He doesn't even know how it bounced. Um, but you know, you have moments where yeah, you're going to shoot something and it's going to bounce, and there's just nothing you can do. You could have shot a gold round and probably bounced. I mean, boy, you get into gold rounds and these things, and you're looking. I mean, close to what is it? Close to 400 pen. 420. 420. 395. I see a lot of people in these waffles shooting straight gold. 352. 276 is plenty. Why would you shoot gold rounds out of something that, well, like the Yag E100? I mean, 400, over 400 penetration. What? That's overkill. I mean, I guess maybe if you had two tanks side by side and you wanted to see if the round will go through both of them, which it probably would with 400 millimeters of penetration. Um, but yeah, this is overkill. I'm still kind of butthurt what they did to my 183 with the Hesh round. Um, I'm just thankful they only dumped it down to 230 penetration for the Hesh because it was up over 300. I think it was 320 penetration on the Hesh, and you could one shot IS7s, and you still can. Just got to hit in the right spot. But you could penetrate stuff from the front easily and one shot it. Then enough people cried about it until they took it and nerfed it, and now you get 230 pen for your Hesh round, which you can still one shot stuff. I mean, I know I've one shot 140s. I mean tier 10s. You know, obviously if it's a tier 9 or 8, you got a better chance of one shot in it. But you hit something that's a tier 8. I couldn't believe it. I actually hit a Mutz in the front upper plate with a Hesh round, and it only did like, I want to say it was 875 damage. I'm like, that's going to one-shot it. When I'm one-shotting T62As, 140s, E50Ms, and I hit that tier 8 and it didn't one-shot it, I was like, what the heck? A little surprised. But anyways, so back to the T110-E5, broken, overpowered beast, best tank in the game, unkillable. Well, I just proved to you that you could take it out with a tier 5 with 171 pen. So please, people, stop crying about it. It's not broken. It's not overpowered. Yeah, they did buff up the commander's hatch a little bit. It needed it. It really did need it. But you saw weak spot here and weak spot there. Just about every round I hit it with penned. And then when I hit the gold rounds, I could pen anywhere on that lower plate I wanted to. Given I was shooting straight on. If I went to an angle, well, yeah, if I went to an angle, I wouldn't be trying to shoot there. I'd be trying to shoot right here because it flattens out, so you can still pen that lower plate. But I mean, still, even if for all intents and purposes, I was in a tier five with 171 pen, still penning the front of an E5, and almost killed it, like 3 rounds short, thanks to bringing HE. Anyways, I hope I've proven my point that it is not overpowered and it's not broken. Just learn to aim. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed my hopefully informative video, and you know, at the least, you know where to shoot a T110-E5 to kill it. I mean, obviously, you could pen that front all day long. I mean, if you're in, a tier 10, I see tier 10 shooting them and bouncing and bouncing. I'm like, oh my God, where are you shooting it at? You could take any one of these, and the lowest one, penetration, I think, was what, 258, and it was in the E5 itself. It's going to pen that front lower plate, no problem. So, yeah. Anyways, this is Tank and Trucker. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the battlefield.